Today's episode of Derby Profile was suggested by Historical Swim, so thank you for the compliments and for the suggestion. I greatly appreciate it. If you want a Derby horse covered in the next episode of Derby Profile, you know where to go. Comment it down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. But for now, another day, another Derby Profile. Today's episode is going to be on Smile Happy. Let's go. As always, we will start with the horse's stats. Smile Happy has 4 career races, 2 career wins, and 2 second-place finishes, and total earnings of $549,810. Pretty nice. The way he was able to get all that money in just a short amount of time was thanks to his major races, which include his victory in the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes at age 2, and 2 seconds as a 3-year-old, one in the Risen Star Stakes and the other in the Toyota Bluegrass most recently. For how he runs his races, Smile Happy is pretty well set in his ways. He is typically a stalker, staying 4th to 6th position and then making his move at the top of the stretch. With the exception of the Risen Star, where he was even further back, Smile Happy has done this technique in every single other of his races. In his 2-year-old races, it was used to great success, having him win races by multiple lengths thanks to his early move. However, in the Bluegrass Stakes, despite making a good early move, he was still able to be caught in the stretch. But he was still able to salvage a 104 speed figure, which is his career high, and is also the second highest speed figure going into this Kentucky Derby on the dirt, with the only horses doing better than him being Zandon, who defeated him in the Bluegrass Stakes, and the one and only Messier. But now you know what time it is. It is time for the strengths and weaknesses of Smile Happy. First, let's go with strengths. Smile Happy has been no worse than second in all of his career races. As mentioned previously, he has the second highest speed figure on dirt going into the Kentucky Derby, and he is the only horse in this Kentucky Derby field who's already won a stakes race at Churchill Downs, a graded stakes race, no less. And as a cool bit of history, Super Saver won the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes before going winless in his 3-year-old prep season going into the Kentucky Derby, just like Smile Happy did. So there is a small piece of history that is on his side here. And then we go on to weaknesses, and I really tried to pick and prod and nitpick Smile Happy, and I could only really find one somewhat major weakness, and that is he is well beaten in both of his 3-year-old preps. Sure, he was second in both the Risen Star Stakes and the Bluegrass, but in both those races, he was very clearly beaten. He wasn't a game second per se. In the Risen Star, Epicenter was always 2 steps ahead and just ended up wiring the whole field by a good 2 lengths. And then in the Bluegrass Stakes, despite Smile Happy being able to get the lead in the stretch, he was just swooped on by Zandon, and still Zandon had 2 lengths to spare in the finish line. In both of his preps, he was flat-out beat by some of the toughest Kentucky Derby contenders in this field. Epicenter is the Kentucky Derby point leader, meanwhile Zandon is tied for the speed figure lead. So, it took 2 Kentucky Derby favorites to absolutely wipe the floor with Smile Happy. Which both is a good and bad thing, as it puts Smile Happy in a league right below the top horses, but it also means that it doesn't just take any old slouch to defeat Smile Happy. It takes a pretty good horse. So take that for what you will. And for all of that and his general game consistency, I think Smile Happy deserves a B+ grade. A very obvious used down under type of horse that could also have the potential to amount a mild upset. Definitely not a major upset, but if he did win the Kentucky Derby, it would be slightly off script from what people were expecting. So, with all that said, hope you guys enjoyed this Derby profile, comment on other horses I should cover, and see you guys next time.